Alright, so I just got this car. It has a good Washington plate. Very nice. For some reason it's still listed as commercial. I don't know why. I'm gonna do some driving here. I've been doing trucks, but I'm making plenty of money from my drivers. Oh. It started me in Olympia. That makes sense. I'm gonna see how fast I can make it down to Los Angeles in this thing. It's very responsive. I don't care about traffic fines. Okay, this is now a DDI in real life, so they should fix that. Besides that, very nice, very accurate. Let's see oh boy, yeah, this puppy moves. This is nice. Now we're going north. I was thinking about going to LA. Let's go to Bellingham. Let's see how fast the puppy moves. Oh yeah, who needs GTA? Ha, this is awesome. I'm just cruising along here at 194 kilometers per hour. No big. Now all I need to do is get the, whee! Yeah, I assume, because I'm... Oh, that was great! Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna crash this car and just destroy it here. Okay. Honestly, I think that's my friend's model. Alright, that's fun. The thing is, Washington's kind of... Once I've gotten up to Bellingham, I'm gonna see how fast I can get down to San Diego and how bad my car's gonna be at the end. Let's go to Bellingham first, though. Let's see here. And unfortunately, since I'm running on this, since I'm streaming it, I don't need to set a timer. I can just look at timestamps when I'm done. Oh, that whining noise is bad. I think 150 is a good speed. It's basically der Autobahn. Essentially. Not nicked schlecht, as they say. No! You need to... You're drifting a little more than I'd like here. I could literally just do this forever and I will never run out of money. Which is so nice. I legitimately don't ever need to drive a truck again in this game, so I might not do that. Ha! Crash vehicle offense. I don't care. I'm just gonna joyride. I don't ever need to do another delivery. This is great. Some people said, oh, you could just do GTA. Why do you need to do this in American Truck Simulator? Because GTA doesn't have an map of all of the western United States? I mean, there is a difference. Nice. Let's not crash yet. Let's see how this puppy goes. This is fun. Don't worry, I don't drive like this in real life. Oh, that's what you're gonna get me on? Is headlight usage? Lame. Yeah, let's see how we can do this. This is fun. Why haven't I done this already? I've just been having too much fun making money. But look at this, I'm still making money. I just need to do this forever. I need to get an actual sports car. I mean, Beamers are good, but... It's just funny, I can't see myself drive like this in a car like this in real life. But that's why it's a game. This is fun. Ah, don't do that. Bad idea. Going too fast. Slow down, you're going too fast. Got to make the moment last, just looking around the cobblestones. I'm legitimately going too fast though. So But if you're gonna be a completionist, as they say. And it said, oh, if you want to reload the game, some mods are missing. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Alright, going through Skagit Valley. This is where we book it. Ah! Whee! Jesus. There's this traffic up here. Why? Why does it give me a commercial? But it still defaults to a commercial plate, even though this is definitely not a commercial car. This is definitely a joyride. This is not a good way to drive at all. Oh no, they're going the right speed. I'm just a speed demon. Okay. Don't drive like this, kids. Please don't do this in real life. It's so funny how my plate still has the commercial thing on it. You know, this is most definitely not a truck. I'll see if I can mod it. There we go. My car's a bit damaged. I need to get it repaired. Yeah, it's not responding as well as I would like. Alright, welcome home. There is a repair shop right here on Iowa Street. We're gonna do that. Wish there was a garage in Bellingham. It feels like, you know, it's like, it's a pretty major city in Washington to not have a garage. Alright, here we go. I need some repairs because I'm driving really badly. Service. Recommendations. Confirm. It still says truck, even though it's not a truck. Whatever. Oh, that's nice. Whoa, no, no. Ah, this puppy's nice, especially when it's not being abused. It's a good car. I like it. It is a BMW after all, what do you expect? Alright, so right now it is 4 o'clock. It's 4:05. Let's see how long it takes me to get to San Diego. From the northernmost town in the game, on I-5. No, it's actually northernmost town overall. Take this a little easy. Tour on the interstate. Nice. Listen to that puppy roar. God damn it. Fudge. It accelerates so fast and then I hit stuff. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, we're getting a speeding ticket. Whatever. $4,000! That's so funny. Doesn't matter. Alright, we left at 4:05. That whining is obnoxious. I don't know why it does that, so I'm gonna mute it. Oh, come on. Why do you do this? Yeah, it's because I hit the barrier as soon as I got on the freeway, which I shouldn't do that. I'll get it repaired in like Medford or somewhere like that. But this puppy does move. Cruise control. My good friend cruise control. Just look at that money come in. I like it. This is good. Can't go this fast when you're in a truck, that's for sure. Game won't let you. I can do whatever I want here. Can't wait till I get to Central Valley and just go at 200. Let's do it. Let's go 200 kilometers per hour in the Central Valley of California. Sounds fun. That's how people usually drive down there anyways. I don't care how many speeding tickets I get. I make so much money from all the drivers I've hired over the last few years of playing this game. It's a good game. Yeah, sure, you can do Grand Theft Auto, but you cannot drive in real. I already said that. This is good. I need to take a nap at some point. I wonder if I could use the same mod in Euro Truck Simulator. I'm gonna zip through Seattle here. Like you'd ever actually be, well, I mean, at night Seattle's not too, it clears up at night. Seattle gets really bad traffic during the day. I learned that living there. The thing is with the Seattle model is that what they do is that, oh, come on, stop hitting hitting this stuff. There we go. Should be able to get some speed in here. See how this works. Don't do this in real life, please. This would be a really, I mean, you never would be able to do this in real life. It'd be impossible. Too many people. Let's see. Funny, I'm not in the truck and I can bypass the way station. Surprise. That's what we call obstacles. Zip through Tacoma. Let's nap in Olympia. Don't do that. Don't do that. Ah! Don't! Gosh darn it. Fudge. Go to service. Yes, that's annoying. This, as soon as I got on the highway in Bellingham, I hit the thing, and my car's less responsive because I hit the thing. Funny how that works. I need to be less. Let's go. I need to calm down, relax. Maybe it'll work. No, I'm like toast. View service and adjustments. Service. There we go. See how fast this puppy moves? It's gonna take some time to get used to how it controls. It's designed to. This is ridiculous acceleration. I'm trying to go south. Look, I've repaired the car twice and I've made $200,000. See why I don't care about red lights? Like, at all? Okay, now we get on the highway. I should find a rest area. I think there's one near Olympia. That's a cop car. Not bad. Let's see. Oh, but the controls are nice, that's for sure. I should definitely do this more. The game has realized. It's almost as if the game has realized that want to speed a lot, and they've put a lot of cops around me. Hashtag ACAB. There we go. A little faster, that's fine. Hey look, I haven't crashed yet because I'm not going way too fast around these nasty curves. Alright, once we go south from Olympia, I want to actually be able to see the game. I know, right? Not just drive at night. That's not the idea. Maybe I should turn on driver fatigue. That makes sense. I think I'll turn that on. Yeah, maybe. Funny, I've never gone to this spot before. It's one of the few parts of the game, Washington, I haven't gone to yet. Here in Lewis County. Clearly Lewis County. Alright. Come into here. And... hope that didn't damage my car. That would make sense. Little off-roading. There we go. That's how you play American Truck Simulator. Woof! I at least want to make sure it registers this as travel too. There we go. Like that. Let's boogie. Alright, here we go. It's nice and day. Going south on I-5 in Washington State. Right past the Highway 12 interchange. Right down to Portland and Nantucket. Now I have $1 million in the bank. Not bad. Playing on the keyboard. I should set up my Switch controller, but I just haven't done that right now. Oh, you just... Let's go more reasonable speed. The curve. You're gonna force me to slow down. Okay, fine. Poopy scoopies. It's gonna be fun once I get down to California. That's what I'm looking forward to. These crazy Pacific Northwest drivers, right? Ha, right. People who... there's so many drivers in the Pacific Northwest who worry if they go the speed limit, they're going to get a speeding ticket. It's like, come on. I don't know how else to explain how a lot of people there drive. It's pretty bad. There you go, you Oregonian. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to Oregon. That works. No, don't do that. No, too much. Overcorrecting. That works. Here we go. Zip. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think this is a good. I know I can go a little faster right here. All right. Yeah, that works. Portland's nice. Hey, we've got some room here. We can move. Let's see how we can... not even going that fast. Just Oregon drivers go really slow. Yeah, like they're going at like 80 miles, 80 clicks. That's nothing. Let's see here. Zip, stay on I-5 and keep going south. Signs to Salem. State capital. Let's see how this goes. Nice. Open road. Zip. Hey look, I haven't crashed yet. Darn, I'm jinxing myself. But so far so good. Left lane is nice and open. We can get some speed here. I think I got a handle for this car now. Just nice and gradual with the steering, and you can go pretty quick. Very nice. Can probably stay pretty fast all the way down to Eugene. Boom, let's do it. You see how this game is lagging? It's really bad. Probably because I'm streaming. It doesn't help. And it's going really fast. It's a lot of graphics, and I'm streaming. Is a lot for this little MacBook, but hey, it works. Yeah. This is fun. This is good. Just curious how long it's going to take me. I just remember 4:05 is when I left Bellingham, so that's the key. It's been 20 minutes already. Not bad when you consider this, the drive I've done so far would take, 300 miles. It's like a 5-hour drive in 20 minutes. Not bad. Definitely get down to San Diego within an hour. This is just me wondering how I can do it. Entering Eugene, I think, pretty soon. Oh, stop. Ah! That did not work. Yes. This game has good physics, in other words. It's pretty accurate. So now we go through the difficult part, which means things get more challenging. Yeah, I'm getting a little cocky. Go back to that. There we go. I pressed the wrong button. This will be really nice once I have a desktop made up nice and powerful. I'm not even too worried about The Eugene garage is kind of weird. Okay, and then we take a right out of here and go back to the highway. I own every garage in Eugene, so that's done. Alright, we'll just go on the sidewalk here a little bit. Not very urbanist of me, but I don't care. Oh no, it cost me $700. I've won in 1.6 million. I really could not care less. No, stop! God, gosh darn it. There we go. We're going south towards Medford. I'm playing on keyboard. I really will try this again later on an actual controller. There we are. Nice and easy, no accidentes, and zoom. There we go. Let's see how this works, and hopefully I don't roll my car again, because I don't like rolling my car. Let's see if I can make it to Reading by evening. That would be nice. There we go. This is what I call driving. Speeding, illegal, but I don't care. It's a game. Stop. Swerving. It's just part of the game. Let's see here. See how this works. This is a nice mod. I like it. I should put the address to download this car in the doobly-doo, as the Brothers Green say. Should have an interview tomorrow or Tuesday, I'm hoping, so I can get hired on and move over to Chicago very soon. There we go. This works. Yes. Yeah, this is good. This is working well. Alright, here we go down. Continuing to go south. Yeah, this is nice. See, it's really pretty. That's what my great-grandparents thought. I agree with them. And zip. Yeah, and that's how you drive. Even at these absurd speeds. Am I already at Grants Pass? No, this is not Grants Pass yet. This is part of the windy Southern Oregon I-5. But this is a funny area because the hills, the grade isn't that much, and the elevation change isn't that much really until you get down to like, till you get south of Roseburg. But it's so windy is the thing. Because you have the hills, but there is a valley. The valley for the Umatilla River, I think it is, stays pretty much at the same elevation for a while. So it feels when you drive it like Roseburg is way higher than Eugene, but it's actually not. So that's kind of funny. You don't really start getting a big elevation gain, funny enough, until you're going between Medford and Ashland, which, funny enough, doesn't feel like an elevation gain because it's pretty straight. But you are climbing going between Medford and Ashland. So that's just how our perceptions can be off. The issue, of course, here is the windiness. So I've spent a lot of time looking at how to build a train, how to use the train track down here to add Amtrak service. I like Cascades go all the way to Ashland. That's really what I want, which would have been really nice when I had great-grandparents in Ashland. So there's, yeah, conflict of interest, maybe, but, it means that I understand the area. I understand the region, and one person who would have used such a service if it had existed when they were alive. So, the reality is it wouldn't be that prohibitive to improve the track that already exists. It's just private ownership. Here's Canyonville. Yeah, Canyon is an accurate way to look at it. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. Oh my god, I teased my ex with X bottles of beer on the wall when we did long road trips, and they absolutely did not like it at all. I was not actually gonna, like, if I was to drive from Oregon to Mexico, I'm not gonna actually sing 800 bottles of beer on the wall for 800 miles. That's ridiculous. But I might think about it. I don't know. It's not abusive, it's just teasing. It's not abuse, though. And that's why they call X, and what comes after X is Y. Mostly didn't understand what I was getting myself into. I don't know. But that thing, I'm dealing with it. There we go. This is nice. Hello, Auntie Dot. A lot of family in Southern Oregon. Cousins. Not like third. I have some fourth cousins down here. I haven't actually met them, but I was just really busy when I was down there. I didn't have time. And they weren't on Bert's side of the family, so otherwise I probably would have met them. Mom's other grandmother. This is good. Hello, Auntie Dot. Nice area. Really nice area, actually. There we go. God, that high-pitched screaming is too much. There we go. I can just imagine the wear on this vehicle. I drive it like this all the way through the entire map. It's gonna be pretty bad. The tire wear is gonna be abysmal. Need an oil change. I don't miss those oil changes, and I don't have to deal with it. Now we can give a straight shot to Ashland. Zip. Bye-bye, Medford. They would really not like me driving like this if I were to do this in real life. This is good. Yeah. Then get to the agricultural inspection. Hey Bert, hey Nana. Ashland's right here. Good area. Really nice town. Can bypass, not, that's unusual. Because I do have to go to the agricultural inspection up here, just south of Hilt. Hello, California. Inspection station, 2 miles. All vehicles must stop. Accurate. Very unusual, but that's what they do, because they make so much food. California feeds America. Absolutely does. Let's see here. There we go. I have to talk to the cop here who says, "Do you have any food in your car?" And you say no, and then you're good. The game's going to think I'm a truck, I think. I don't want to get... Don't do... Inspection in progress. Inspection finished. You may continue driving. This car has ridiculously good acceleration. Let's see here. We can go down Shasta Lake to Redding, and then we'll have a nice straight shot basically all the way to Bakersfield. go. Not bad. It's very pretty. I recommend this game. I enjoy it, obviously, based on my streaming history. I'm going over 200 kilometers per hour. And that brings me right up to 58% damage. With $1.8 million, it's hard to care. Down we go. Remember, we're going a little easy here. It's a little windy around the lake. It's an artificial lake created by a dam, but that's how they're able to get the water. So, you know, that's how we do it. It also makes electricity, which is good. I've heard all the arguments about dams from people in Western Washington who want to blow them up, and people in Eastern Washington who are farmers, and hearing about just the debate. It's definitely a debate. It definitely counts as that. There's a lot to consider. This car has really good acceleration, especially when I stop hitting trucks.
Why you do that?
Avoid the truck. Avoid the side. There we go, this works. Whee! Here we are. Now we just book it. What's really funny is when you get down to Redding, you're already 100 miles into California. Just, yeah, big state. You still have 680 miles to go to hit Mexico. It's a big state. It's the third biggest in the country. There's a lot going on. Susanville. Give Granddad a call. That's where my great-grandfather was born. Susanville, California. I knew him when I was a toddler, and then he died. So, happens. Yeah, he should have lived longer, though. Oh well. Whee! Do without these malfunctions. Where's my next convenient? I need to repair my car now. It's not a truck. Let's see here. Next exit, I can repair my car. There we go. We're gonna get off Knighton Road and get some this is not working. This car is very unhappy with me. I need to treat it better and stop hitting things. Slow down a little bit. I'll probably take a nap here as well. There we go. Here's I can repair and nap, gas. I don't need gas yet though. Mostly I just need to service. There we go. I hit someone. We have that Washington plate, of course. Always Washington. It's a little dark. And we rest. I rest. Who's we? Me and my car. My car is a person. It's a good car. Law-abiding Californians. I want to speed. There we go. That works. Boom. Nice. Just zip down. See how fast I can get down to San Diego. Should be there before night. I'm that type of driver, but not in real life. I would never drive like this in real life. I never have, I never will. In the game, that's what games are for. Games are for doing stuff you would never do in real life. Almost to Sacramento. Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting to San Diego before the end of day. going pretty well. There you go. Thank you for getting out of the way. And zip. And people do drive like this, especially south of Sacramento. Oh my gosh, driving between San Francisco, Sacramento, and Bakersfield, the drivers there are just nuts. They're always going way over this. I'm surprised this game's not giving me more speeding tickets, honestly. Keep breaking the law and crashing into people and... Look, I've made over $2 million now. Get out of my way. There we go. That works. This one person's camping in the left lane. Going to LA. It's kind of funny how there's at least one point on I-5 where it has a sign giving the distance to San Francisco in Northern California, or maybe even Southern Oregon, even though I-5 never goes to San Francisco. I guess they're assuming more people are going to San Francisco than Sacramento, which is true, but I still find that kind of interesting. Nice, clear road, let's go. Let's do this. That works. Zip. See how fast I can get down. Yeah, as I said, there's not that many cars here right now, which is kind of funny. Sacramento is a funny city because it's the state capital and it has 2 million people, putting it way up high in the list of cities by population, but it doesn't get nearly as much attention as like Portland or somewhere like that. I think it's kind of funny. So that's my impression, at least. Hey, you know, if you're running services for the population the size of Canada, bigger than Canada, then yes, there are going to be a lot of people to maintain wide array transportation, education, healthcare, environmental stuff, all sorts of things that need to be done. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Let me see here. Trying to navigate. It's being a little too swervy for me, a little more laggy than I would like. Let's see here. Get past this car on my right. Hopefully that car in front of me will go to the right lane. Let's see. There we go. Boom. Down we go. Stop. I didn't... It's a little... With the streaming, it gets a little unresponsive. Yeah, and once I have a nicer computer, that won't be a problem. It's obviously a RAM issue. There we go. Or the lack of a fan means it gets too hot. There we go. Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is Central California driving. Whee! As long as I can avoid, thread this needle. There we go. The 205, 580 interchanges. Get past those. The last opportunity to go to San Francisco from I-5. Driven on 580 myself. Been on most of these roads now. Here we go. Nice. Now let's get down to San Diego quickly. This thing is just zipping. I love it. Oh my god. I love how fast it goes. And I already have almost 3 million in the bank, so I literally never have to drive again. I can literally just joyride and complete the maps with this car and get more cars. There we go. Not bad. Cool, now I-5 gets really nice and straight. Ha! Ha! XP for free roam. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of free roam now. Probably only free roam. I have so much XP in this game. It's just... Yeah, I'm on level 50. So I've unlocked everything that can be unlocked from experience. Yeah. You just keep seeing the money coming in on the bottom right, which I think is great. That's the goal of the game. Whoa, shoot! Damn! Yeah, I think so. It's a difficult situation. No kidding. Yeah, let's fix that. Oh my god. 100% damage and just flip. That'll do it. Oh my god. I love this game. This is a wonderful game. Yeah, that was not the best I've ever done. I've been done better than that. Alright, so basically you're saying that my car is completely screwed up. And we want to replace the ones that are over 10% because that's what I like to do. Truck configurator. Let's see if I can configure this ending. 2005. Looks like I can't really configure much. Do a custom color, but kind of like what I have. It all works for me. I mean, are you really from Washington if you don't have that Thule deal from REI? I don't think so. Desert. See, it's noon. Yeah, I'm gonna make it down to San Diego by the end of the day. Which highway is this? I think this is 99. No, that's 152. Okay. Need to go east and then south. There we go. That works. It's a nice car. I'm liking it. It's fun to drive. When I don't roll it. I abuse this thing. Yeah, I would never do this in real life. And zoom. There we go. That's what I like to see. Nice wide open highway speeding down in Central California. Works for me. It's millions of dollars in the bank. Works for me. Little bend here, and then imagine how much fun designing this game must be. What a fun job. Get to travel the world build a fun game that is very easy to spend hours on. It's moddable, so you basically have an infinite money pool from all the additional maps you can add on basically forever. I mean, even when you finish, if they were to do like, it's going to take them over a decade to do every state in the United States. Then if they, yes, there's Reform in Mexico, but that's unofficial. If they then added it on officially, there are all sorts of things you can do. Imagine the testing, the software testing they have when they release every new map. I mean, how do you design, the way they've designed this code that makes it so easy for them to just add on new mods without any of their existing ones, official ones, breaking. It's cool. It's really cool what they've done. And it gets to the point where the importance of having a good... This is a really great example about when you're writing computer software, how important it is to make sure your code is good from the beginning, especially if you're going to be expanding on it, because you always will be, essentially. If it's done for a company, you should assume your code will be built upon. So you need to build it initially for scalability in terms of your code design. That doesn't mean you go straight for the most expensive tier on your cloud provider of choice. No. But the way you write your code, that needs to be done in a way that is very easy to add on to and follows standards. Otherwise, you're in for a bad time. That's experience. So yeah, that being said, when I say that, don't confuse it and think that I oppose hiring juniors, because everyone starts as a junior, and yeah, everyone starts as a junior. Simple as that. There is this trend in tech that, we only can hire seniors because we are so cutting edge, and no, you're not. Every realistic team I've been on has been a mixture of juniors and seniors, and everywhere in between. So yeah. The thing is, like, if you pay your seniors well, the senior's not going to last more than 10 years because they should be retired after then if they're managing their money well. So, yeah. If you're making over 200 grand a year, put your money away, invest your money properly, you really shouldn't last. Your career shouldn't last a full 40 years in that case. There you go. Thank you. This is Southern California. You need to be ready for speed demons like me. And yes, this is Southern California. Bakersfield is southern. My gosh, I'm going so fast they didn't even give me a ticket. That's funny. Too fast for the speed gun. What's the point of having a Beamer if you're not going to use your Beamer? Doesn't make sense. Alright, now this is the area it looks like they did a big refurbish on recently. So I've been down here before, but the map says I haven't because the map's been updated so much south of this point. Cool, so it's basically new. Looks like your American Truck Simulator to me. Looks good. They've been doing a lot of California reskinning because the older textures in California were not as good as the latest ones, so that's been a big project that SCS has been doing. Anyways. Alright, almost to LA. It's where the valley closes in. We go through the hills. That's where we're almost there. It's really just like in real life. As soon as you get to the 99 interchange, that's when you go into the mountains. And yeah, these are real mountains. Not these mountains they call out here in the East Coast. Those aren't real mountains. Real mountains are like these. Even these are relatively short by West Coast standards. If you're under 2,000 meters, you're not a real mountain. I don't know, variations vary. Definitions vary on that. There's a really interesting video which talks about how geography nerfed Africa. And it's really convincing because what the argument is that there's only one real navigable river in Africa, which is the Nile, because the Congo has waterfalls pretty close to the ocean, because Africa is basically a giant plateau. It doesn't change that much in elevation, but the whole continent is essentially a giant plateau, which makes it very difficult to makes it difficult to export really anything, because travel by water is obviously the most efficient. Second and only rail really comes close, but water is the most efficient way to move goods in terms of cost. It's not very fast, but it's very cheap. Africa doesn't have that advantage. And if you look here in California, and pretty much anywhere in North America, you end up with large river valleys, like, come on, like the Mississippi, like the Central Valley of California, which have a lot of, where you can go hundreds, maybe thousands of miles inland, and you still have navigable waterways all the way to the ocean. And that is extraordinarily valuable. The fact that you can drive all the way you can take a ship all the way to Idaho along the Columbia and Snake Rivers. And they do. So Lewiston, Washington, and Clarkston, Idaho, those are ocean ports, which is just nuts. Africa doesn't have that advantage. They just don't. They just don't have that advantage. It's not their fault, it's just geography. To be clear, I don't think that destines Africa to be poor. there are obviously many other factors in the wealth of nations rather than, well, geography's a starting point, it's not the end all. Like, look at Canada. Canada has, you know, the Toronto, Montreal region obviously has the St. Lawrence River, and it's navigable all the way to Duluth, Minnesota. But, I mean, yeah, Canada's a good point. Let's see. Is there a country with... Here's a problem. We only have a few developed... We have a growing number of developed countries. The question is, what is your most developed country that doesn't have navigable waterways and is, not a city-state? And that's actually a really interesting question. Oh my gosh, it didn't even register that I've been in the map because I'm going too fast. That's funny. It gets really interesting. Let's think. A wealthy country without good navigable waterways or ocean access. That's a really hard question. Can't really... Switzerland, potentially. Yeah, you could argue Switzerland. Because Switzerland's basically all mountains, and they don't have that great access to rivers. Arguably Switzerland's your best example. Yeah, like you could ever do this in real life. Switzerland's a good example. Czechia is a decent example. Yeah, Czechia and Switzerland. Because Switzerland is mostly mountainous. They have some they have some decent river access, I think, in Bern and Geneva, but... And Czechia is basically a giant plateau. Arguably those two. Maybe. I don't know. Geography's cool. That being said, navigable waterways is a pretty good thing to have. It's very useful. And it's not like you choose it or not. It's wherever you spawn, but to use video game language. LA's pretty sometimes. When it's not overly smoggy. Man, when I visited there as a child, the smog in California was, so bad. The stink. It's better than it used to be, but it's still not good. The smog of California, sometimes when leaving, I just feel like I want to gag. It's so bad. That's what happens when you have a city of, 10 million plus people. Over 10 million people and everyone's driving. That's a lot of smog. It doesn't work. Yeah, that's basically the drive. I'm almost finished here. Get down to San Diego, and I should try to get the Mexico mod working again. That would be fun. There's the lovely California beach. I do beach. I do beach. I do beach. That's a brilliant movie. Barbie was such a good movie. Highly recommend. Yeah. Anyways. Not bad. I-8 to El Centro. And welcome to San Diego. We have now driven from Bellingham to San Diego, California. Bellingham, Washington to San Diego, California. Let's go as far south as it will let us. Cool. That looks good. The only city on the West Coast I have not been to yet. Kind of funny. Not been to Mexico. I have not been to San Diego. Space Museum? Oh my god, that sounds so cool. I want to do that. And we're gonna finish I-5 up to the very end. And that'll work. Let's go to the end of I-5. I didn't technically start the beginning of I-5 on this map, but whatever. Yeah, what I really am excited about this new job. It's going to be life-changing. It's going to be really nice. Okay, so staying left is the way to the border, which I would need the Mexico mod, which I have, but haven't installed yet on this version. I think you can see Mexico there. Just a little bit. I need to get that installed, and then things will work fine. There's a little area up here I need to explore. Not bad. I can just imagine being down here right now with the Trump administration. You're gonna have so many ice just everywhere. And the fact that it's California and he hates California doesn't make anything better. That's another way to Mexico. I see there's this question mark. I'm gonna go to that and then log off. I think it's a truck dealer. I'm pretty sure that's a truck dealer. Very nice. Boom. Alright, so we made it from Bellingham to San Diego. Ah, look, you can see Mexico. There's the border wall. I'll do better than that on my next video. I'll just go down to Mexico. A lot of trust there. What I like to call a trust fall, ha ha ha. Also called bad driving, but whatever, it's a video game. Don't do this at home. We'll do the game at home, but don't drive like this in real life. Peterbilt truck dealer discovered. Escape. Alright, there you go. We've driven from Bellingham to San Diego. Very nice. So if you look at the explored, there's a lot more to do in California, but there we go. Looks like they added a few towns. There's more to do. Alright, good. Now let me see. Save automatically. Yes, please. That works for me. I'm gonna log off.